Up your game. Vivo V15 series. Vivo.
Zombie, Darkest Night. The newest mode in the zombie universe is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend one long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding the skills will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?
Do you play PUBG Mobile? Maybe you never run out of stamina. Maybe you're always aware of your surroundings. Maybe you're an amazing cook with the pan. Maybe you're a great driver. But as soon as you hear the sound of an airplane, you get into the zone. In PUBG Mobile, you all come from different walks in life. But you face the same dangers on a battleground. And you become friends. You work together to overcome the obstacles. This is PUBG Mobile. There's a number 1 in all of us. Welcome to the PUBG Mobile first anniversary party. PUBG Mobile, be the one.
and they didn't even do so, but now they're going for it. There's an extra push right now on that Shackman Tech members down one by one, but RGStarTeam having 2 members down on the side.
Look at Alex going on top of the roof, using that car to his advantage. Fantastic flank around those United Earth.
SOI pulling the trigger, looking to look for that flank. Nick doing a really good job for his team.
KharDimaghh, 1 member getting knocked down, stand the eagle shot. Can he find it? No, they get knocked down.
Shut up, but they're not ready to pull that fight.
Is it going to be Peekaboo
That's the wall.
ICU?
No, don't jump over, you're going to get sprayed down to you play. That's a huge mistake when you're doing that animation. But he does get another one on Chuck LTC. SLC still up there, trying to spray was at 8 PM. It's just going to be that little bit too much.
Angles getting shots fired. Loki's Ares has been knocked down. Thor coming down from the roof, knocks down Vegeta, but it's going to be a 3v1. That's squad wide going out to.
I think that might be the end. Oh, huge grenade from Nurik.
Situation before.
Nice.
Pull out stops. They're trying to get into a quicker part.
They are bloodthirsty right now on PM and Salty. They're holding so well. They have the coverage. They have these rocks. They have so many rocks. Trust the process. Odin, the last chance for his team, looking to play extremely aggressive. God, that just got popped back. But that will be the end, losing 2 members. They can't go for it.
Oh.
Perfect, there it is. That's a big mistake coming out from Abbott eSports. Another fight going to get third man partied by Trust the Process, hit from behind by ShiNiGaMi, balck Imperium. Oh, this is not looking good for them, and that's going to be SOI securing another juicy kill going their way. Oh my god. The Sonic of PUBG Mobile. It's Wolf.
3v2 situation. Yes, they do get those knockdowns. They get those kills. That's going to be 2 members of Camp to Win knocked down.
And this Shadow's going to look to engage and take a little bit of heavy damage back and forth. Will get knocked at the end of the day. And that's going to be KharDimaghh actually coming out on top, which is really surprising. That's so hell. Last member alive from ShiNiGaMi balck. Can he pull off the 1v3? Let's look for it. He does. Oh, he doesn't have the information. That's very unfortunate. He's going to try and get that kill. But KharDimaghh, nice. Chuck LCC, the sniper of Team SOI, gets a shutdown. Let's go, baby.
Oh, there's so much pressure. He's down to about 5 health.
To Scenario Imperium, and they get him.
Yes, so he can be a little bit of a distraction. Yes, he is. Yes, he's knocked down Pangmi. Perfect play coming out from Satsora, but he gets the final blow.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final day of the semi-finals of the PUBG Mobile Club Open Spring Split. My name is Maxman, joined by my boy Imperium. We're ready to jump into the action in just a few short minutes. But as I said, everything is about to arrive to an end. Which teams will make it through to the regional finals? We'll have to wait and see.
Of course, there's a long way to go. 4 games, lots of action. If you want to check out all the standings, leaderboard, whatever you want, head on over to clubopen.pubgmobile.com. And of course, whether you're watching us on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, please hit that like, hit that follow, smash that subscribe so you can get notified, stay up to date when we go live. Maxman, see you've got something beside you there.
Just like yesterday, I'm going to showcase to you guys the Vivo V15 gaming phone. If you want to try and play PUBG Mobile to the next level, this is the phone for you. You can also see it's got a nice little pop-up selfie camera, which is feeling like a Jedi from Star Wars like that. It's got a Snapdragon 675 processor, which is just great for gaming, so you can play PUBG Mobile on that nice cinema setting. Feels really nice. It's got 8 GB of RAM. You got also 128 GB of storage, so it really looks great. And you can look take some lit selfies also.
Very nice.
Very nice, my wife.
That is what I do like to see. It does look a very nice phone, very impressive. Of course, PUBG Mobile Club Open is brought to you by Vivo, the official sponsor.
And smartphone.
Of course, so let's get into this. We've got a lot of action. We do see the schedule up ahead of us. The games we're going to see, we're getting on to Miramar in the second game, Maxman.
Gonna have some derby action. I am hype, Imperium. Are you hype?
Oh, man, I'm so hype.
Are you guys hype at home? Let's go. We're about to jump in it. As you said, Imperium, we're going to have some Miramar. Starting right off the bat with some Vikendi action. Then followed up with Miramar and double Erangel overall. Going to be a lot of action. We're going to be ending it where everything has started with Erangel. Going to be really fun.
Yeah, the tale started near enough 4 weeks ago, and it's ending with some fantastic plays. However, before we get into this game, we're going to have a look at the overall standings, the top 16 teams, but this is not over yet. It's 4 games, and a lot of these bottom teams bleed down from trust the process and under. A lot of these teams are playing in these last 4 games, Maxon.
Yeah, there's all going to be fine for that top 16 spot. Quadcore on the verge of getting kicked out, so Quadcore, eyes are on you right now. Same for No Mercy. The teams are on the verge. Unfortunately, also today, Imperium will be saying goodbye to T25 and KharDimaghh as they will not be able to redeem themselves. But anyways, enough chit-chat. we are ready to jump into the first game of the last day of semifinals of the PUBG Mobile Club Open.
Yes, as we do see, these teams are looking to drop. We have a straight central playing trajectory, right down the middles, right down split. A lot of teams will be able to access the areas that they want on the map, Max. And we do see teams are looking to drop straight away, like the ELEMENTRIX staying in the deep south. We do a SOLTISQUAD moving in on the north. And as we see this first circle, it's not occupied by much water, Max. Only about 15-20%. And then that will allow these teams to really move in. 50-60% are in the safe zone already.
Even though if it's only 15 to 20% water, you still got a huge coastline. Enough area to work with for most of these teams.
Very
you can
true.
probably fit like 6, 7, 8 teams maximum. Yeah. So if they can get that location early on, they're going to be able to loot fast and hold that position for a really long amount of time. So really going to be interesting to see how these teams look forward into this game. ELEMENTRIX always drop in Winery. Works out for them pretty fast, so good.
Trust the process, and Rose really holding tight onto that 7th place for now. Trust the process are in 11th place. They are one of those teams that are realistically fighting for the top 16 for the regional final spot. So they will definitely want to play it safe. They will be aware there's an enemy team around them. And if I were them, Maxman, I'd back off, play it safe, maybe even move to another looting area, and then go from there.
My question is, can you tell Rose to back off? I think I've never seen Rose back off from a fight. They've been picking fight after fight after fight. That's why they've been known as one of the most aggressive teams coming out from China. The Chinese meta in PUBG Mobile so far, it is like extremely aggressive, forcing in compounds and trying to pick early kills early on. So I would guess that Team Rose wants to pick that fight versus Trust the Process. Trust the Process doesn't have that much experience in early game fights. They're really good at holding compounds for a really long amount of fight, for a really long period of time. So I think that Rose here has more opportunities to take this fight if they do want to pick it.
100%. When you talk about these Chinese teams, we look at Nova, who are playing in these games today. They are currently lying in second, and they have gotten two 26-point games, but either way, we're going to see a lot of action now as Trust the Process Vikendi going in on to Rose, and that's a knockdown.
And that's Vikendi with the Scorpion doing some work. Imperium gets 2 shutdowns, but Rose now, they're on the back for it indeed, and not looking good, and they are the most aggressive team here, and they're a little bit split. The 2 teams are already split. I think it's a little bit weird on both sides. He's going to get in, get those nice, juicy kills. Vikendi getting 2 shutdowns at the start of this game, and we're just about 3 minutes in. This is huge for Trust the Process.
It is pretty good. However, Rose are far from down and out. They still have 1 member alive and 1 member knocked down. Is definitely putting them under a lot of pressure, though. Hodge is close to losing his life. Let's see what this Rose member can do to flank around, whether he's going to look to hold, try and protect his teammate, or whether they've communicated and gone, look, dude, get the hell out of here. It's a 4v1 situation. It's not worth it.
I think Vikendi had literally at 1 HP remaining. That was just so close on his side.
So close.
Going to see a few of these teams all around the board. Look at that. The Destroyer, the team that been having some kind of all over the place kind of performances, and now they are split. They got away from the team, avoiding fights as much as possible, which is great.
What I've noticed is a lot of the teams that have dropped on the outside in terms of the coastal areas away from the potential action are the teams that are fighting for the regional finals, Max, and so they know that they've got to play it safe. They've got to get those point standings, and if they can get a couple of kills, 6, 7, 8 kills along the way, even better.
They're going to try and play passive. Also, Vikendi is a map that's really easy to drop anywhere, and also the plane was very central. So if you want to get on that coastline, it's extremely easy to do. Enough room to share between all of these 16 teams so far. Only 3 shutdowns. There were 3 members of Rose, which is going to be also a huge loss. Rose so far, they are in 7th position. They got 1 chicken dinner. That was the first game of the semifinals. So far, they've been pretty decent, but overall, their consistency during the semifinals isn't really that high.
Yes, indeed. So, but let's see how they can go on. We are currently on to Nova. Nova, they are so close to taking over that top spot. They have a small amount of point deficit ahead of SRY, and they have 4 games to overtake them. So I think that's pretty much going to be impossible.
I also saw that in the Twitch chat, the YouTube chat, the Facebook chat, people's been supporting Nova eSports so much because they've been doing so many good moves. They got 3 chicken dinners in a row on Friday. It was just a huge amount of play. So also, if you did unfortunately miss that, you can go over to clubopen.pubgmobile.com. You have all the VODs, all the info. I would highly recommend to go check that out because that is some top-tier PUBG Mobile gameplay.
It is indeed. Now, I do want to talk about the overview of what we're looking at, Maxman, when it comes to what these teams need to do from an average point of view. You say that there's a lot of teams fighting for the elimination zone, fighting to get into the regional finals. When you look at the points difference in the top half of the table, well, from 8th to 16th, there's about 57-point difference from 11th place to 16th place. That's Trust the Process in 11th, Quad in 16th. Then when you look below that, we do see that there's only a 19-point difference between 16th and 21st. So it's really close and a lot of points to gain from these 4 matches.
I'm going to have a close look right now on this map. ELEMENTRIX, they dropped Winery. They rotated so early on, and the zone has just started closing up. As you mentioned, like early on in the semifinals, teams would not be that good on positioning, but they learn from their mistakes. ELEMENTRIX is a prime example, and I'm really hoping they can make it up because so far, ELEMENTRIX, they are in 17th position. That is the position that will get you kicked out. They need 3 points to take over Quadcore, hoping Quadcore doesn't get any more points. But still, ELEMENTRIX, they are very close to make it up in that top 16, so all eyes are on this team.
So true, Max, and that's the difference that we're seeing now compared to the group stages. In the group stages, we had 3 or 4 teams that it was in their own direct control to qualify for the semi-finals. The other teams above them had already played their final games, whereas now we're seeing 6, 7, 8 teams that are playing against each other while trying to qualify for the regional finals. As you pointed out yesterday, Maxan, the teams that qualify for the regional finals, they will automatically get a spot in the next fall split. So the teams that are lower down, that are kind of fighting for their spot, that's what they're kind of aiming for. They're not trying to aim for first place. They're just trying to get there so they can at least initially straight out qualify for a full split.
It's definitely not game over if you do unfortunately not make it in the top 16. You've got the opportunity to keep training and make it back up in the top 16 for the full split. So good luck for all of these teams. But right now, we are in the action on Vikendi. Gonna have a little bit of a look on ShiNiGaMi balck. And ShiNiGaMi balck actually had a few decent games yesterday. But even then, like, they had a few good moves. They had one swipe out on Team RGStarTeam. But still, overall, they got to try and do better.
They've got to pull out a miracle, Max. And they're currently lying in 23rd on 23rd place on a total of 83 points. And they need a 42. Total of about 39 to 40 points to qualify above 16. But their average points per game, Maxon, is only 6.92. So they're literally going to have to perform above everything they've ever done.
As I mentioned, they were able to get RGStarTeam, so they have the potential to do so. Gonna have a little closer look at this minimap. A few teams now rotating in, trying to hold the compounds in the zone. No Mercy, gonna be one of those zones on the very edge of the circle. They're gonna be holding it pretty nicely.
They do like to hold the edge of the circle a lot in a good few of their games. They do prefer to do that. We've seen them a couple of times going straight into the middle of the circle, but very more often than not, they do like to camp around the edge and then hold that position. They are currently lying in 15th, so they're far from the safe zone. They've got to make up in good points.
The Destroyer, you're going to have to try and move in really soon because the zone is going to be kicking soon. Also, like, no one is really holding those pinpoint areas to make it through to the zone, so they can make it through, but also you do not have that kind of information on the side of the Destroyer. So if they want to act, they got to act fast.
They do indeed. Part of the reason why I'm kind of not talking so much about the circle and what we're seeing is because this is the first game of the day. I'm not expecting these teams to play too aggressively and just to see how it comes in on the next couple of phases.
We saw Pacific of Team Quadcore losing one of their members. Fatman also going to get knocked right now. Pacific was flushed a few seconds ago. ICBM also going to be knocked. Azrock, you're the last chance for your team. Where's he at, actually? I can't even see him. Is he leaving? I'd recommend to leave right now, Azrock. This is not a fight for you. I don't think you can really turn this fight around versus SOLTISQUAD, team from the POW, aka Team Move Out during the group stage. And yeah, he's playing really passive. He's taking a lot of heavy damage. He's going to get shut down. And that is a huge loss because, as we said, Quadcore, they are in 16th position. And this is not a good start. You might get kicked out.
You're in 16th. You get wiped out of 16th.
Get 0 points.
At 0 points, that's 0 chances of making it into the regional finals for this game one. Feels bad, man. Good for SOLTISQUAD in terms of just helping on their confidence. They are lying in 8th position overall, Max, and so you know they don't exactly need to finish first, but you want to secure that position right as quickly as possible. We now are on to Rose. Rose down to 1 member. They got clapped by Trust the Process.
Trust the Process. With the Scorpion also, the new weapon that just came out a few days ago. And he just shredded it. So you got used to it really fast.
They say Scorpion is like the new mini Uzi, and what makes it better is that it's got 40 clips. So, or 40 bullets in a
It's
clip.
a Uzi on steroids.
Exactly. So it means that you can spray that a little bit more, and you have a more effective engagement. So let's see how it does pan out. SNG holding around the middle of the circle. Talking about the circle, starting to close in. We have a clump of about 5 or 6 teams in the very center, trying to make sure that they can get into the high place position. But the risk of that, Maxman, is that you face a lot of potential action from teams all around you. So you've got to protect every single angle.
The next phase of the game is showing up, and the dead center, as you said, still pretty central to the next circle whatsoever. But yeah, still a little bit of coastline overall is all good. Nova eSport, they're in such a good position right now, Imperium.
They are, but I feel like they have realized that it's going to go out of the coastal zone in the next phase or two. So they're actually moving out. We do see a bit of a grenade shot taking each other out.
Okay, no mercy. They just got swiped out.
They kind of swiped each other out.
Did they just drive in a rock or something?
No, I don't know whether it's a grenade, rock, something, but something went wrong for them. And they all took each other out in some way. So maybe if we can possibly get a replay of that. Either way, we have to move on with this game. Headshot, HS headshot. I know.
Like, I'm looking at my spreadsheet, like, no mercy, you're in 15th position. You can't allow yourself to do those kind of moves. And also, if you were all in one same car, like, what are you doing? No mercy, you shouldn't be like this.
Feels bad, man.
You're representing Australia. You're the only team from Australia. Come on.
Feels bad, man. Right now, ABBA are gauging on to SNG. I know.
Face
the cringe. They are engaging on to SNG. A couple of shots being fired, but now we do see SNG moving into this compound and trying to get a bit of better protection, hopefully even a bit of better height, so they can get on to ABBA. But now, Cerberus on top of that roof, trying to get prone shots onto SNG.
Now you learn how to get on roofs, Imperium. Have you played on roofs or not?
No, I haven't yet.
No, you haven't yet? God, no. Okay, I want to see Imperium play on the roof at some point. But yeah, we're having a look on Team ABBA eSport. They are so far in 19th position. They need 20 points. That's an average of 5 points per game. You also expect the teams like Quadcore and stuff to win points if they don't get flushed out in 16th position. But like, they can definitely, like, 5 average per game is definitely doable. Right now, though, MK Gun going to be knocked from afar by sngclub. Not looking good for this team so far.
Yeah, they're not helping themselves. Like I said, these teams, you're fighting for regional spots. You want to play safe. Why are you engaging 13 minutes into the game, Maxman, on only the second phase? It doesn't make sense. Move in, away, into the circle, get a nice safe compound and go from there. It boggles my mind why some of these teams are engaging so early on in the game.
And also, there's no need to peek at that point. Your third-person view, you can easily see past a window without putting yourself at risk.
100%
There's no reason. So there's just a few mistakes coming out from ABBA. Let's hope that they are able to make up for that mistake. They're all good for now. Regen back up, MK Gun. Going to get regen back up to 75%. Just holding compounds, playing really passive. And we're just taking our time. As the zone, phase 2 is about to end right now, and we'll get to phase 3. Slowly but surely is going to get away from the coastline.
It will indeed. Now, we are into United Earth. United Earth, a team from Bangladesh. They're currently lying in 18th place with 111 points. Strong chance as we do see this next circle closing in. Is it going to stay in the coastline? Is it going to move away? Time will tell, but still a lot of these teams are actually spaced out quite effectively. However, Nova, United Earth, HS and AST all in a nice little square.
SOLTISQUAD and ShiNiGaMi balck in a really good position too. Same for Gamers of Pakistan on the very edge of that zone. Going to be closing up very soon. Still pretty central, a little bit of coastline, but you can almost ignore it. But Nova eSport, you mentioned it a few minutes ago, they had to leave the coastline because it was going to get more central and get more inland. And Nova eSport responding really fast. So once again, this is why Nova eSport has got 3 chicken dinners in a row. They are next level. Like, they're thinking so far ahead every time, and it's great.
Exactly. And now I know they haven't got the highest points match in all of the regions that went over to India, but they have gotten 2 games of 51 points in each. That's over 100.